big trade just went down in the NFL.
NFL young boy.
NFL young boy, George Pickens. Dallas Cowboys made a major move, trading for wide receiver George Pickens from the Steelers. In exchange, Dallas sends a 2026 third-round pick and a 2027 fifth-round pick to Pittsburgh while getting back Pickens and a 2027 sixth-rounder. What do y'all think about this? Look at what do y'all think about this trade right here? Dukes, especially you. That's your guy.
Man, you just better have the right people around. You better give them the ball. Yeah, you know, like
Pickens, not.
Yeah, Pickens doesn't. When you talk about detrimental to the team and stuff like that, like you're not gonna see like a whole bunch of outbursts from Pickens. You're just gonna be able to tell. And I think a lot of people in Pittsburgh felt like he had, you know, there was some fracture in the locker room with him being there. And so you get ahead of it. Like Diontae Johnson, they known to find a wide receiver and get him out of there when it doesn't go. Like, you know, they'll draft a receiver. You can even go back to who may have a bit of a chip on their shoulder, or may not be the classic, you know, not classic, but more of the tougher, we don't care, young boy type receiver. So you go all the way back to Martavis Bryant. Think about Diontae Johnson, who they got out of there last year. And they always find another one. But Pickens, man, that just ain't no another one, dog. Pickens really hasn't been in the offense where he can really get off. Like, you haven't seen him play with a quarterback who was able to get him the ball downfield and get in a million situations where he can show off his true ability. Pickens getting one-on-one coverage is going to be a nightmare for the NFC East. Now, will you be able to feed him enough to keep him happy? And I think with CeeDee Lamb being the target monster that he's been over the past 2 years, do you even have to? So it's just going to be interesting to see how that dynamic works. But I like it, man, because if you double CeeDee Lamb, you leave George Pickens one-on-one, it may be one of those things where he don't have to get a million targets. He'll just get 12, 14 touchdowns. The man never had over 750 yards in college, and he was just fine at Georgia. So as long as he's winning and scoring touchdowns, I think he'll be fine.
I love that, Dukes. And I think that, speaking to it from the Steelers standpoint first, you had to get him out of there. And you had to get him out of there because you didn't pick Shedeur Sanders as a quarterback, which means you still don't have a quarterback. And one thing about a receiver like that who demands the ball, demands attention, has a strong personality, if you're going to have him in a situation that he ain't even got nobody that can give him the ball, and you got a DK Metcalf on the other side, you were just asking for volatility. Sometimes you can just better the situation by like, hey, look, you know, it's not like the Cowboys in the division with us, that kind of thing. Like, this is a perfect place to ship him to, let him be somebody else's asset or somebody else's headache. And I do believe, because of his personality, there's never a situation where he can get enough of the ball. But I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I think that's the kind of guy you want. But I think with CeeDee Lamb on the other side and the attention that he commands, you're going to have to pick your poison. Both of them going to eat well with deep balls and yards after the catch with their speed. And so one guy, week 3, may have more catches, but the other got more yards and touchdowns. I think at the end of the day, it's going to be a nice balance. They're going to be able to coexist. But from the Steelers standpoint, you almost just had to do this. But why send them to Cincinnati or the Ravens or the Browns? You know, get them gone. Like, hey, man, don't even come to the AFC at all. Go to the NFC.
Yeah. Right. One word answer. Who won the trade?
Cowboys.
Cowboys.